Hi everyone, thank you. So I am here to talk to you about Converge. So we do wireless concrete strength monitoring. Normally on sites in the UK we use cubes to determine the strength of concrete. And so the issues with that are numerous, but three of them include one, that the cubes are actually cured in different conditions to the in situ concrete. So cures are typically cured at 20 degrees, whereas on site your concrete could be anywhere from sort of 4 or 5 degrees in winter to 30, 40 degrees in summer, and that affects the rate of curing. Secondly, you can only take a certain amount of cubes, so you're actually getting a discrete data point every 24 hours or once a week or whatever it is that you choose to implement on site, whereas ideally you'd actually like to have a continuous data set. And then thirdly, dealing with the lab and getting that result at the end of the day can actually be quite a big challenge for teams on site. And you'd really just want that sent to you or accessible very easily. So that's where we come in. Essentially, we're a wireless sensor company that will embed sensors in your concrete and then use that to give you real-time data, and that data is coming straight from your in situ concrete. What that allows you to do is many things. So A, you'll be able to use that data to help your planning and to help drive your program in a sort of smarter way. We also use sort of analytics to give you an early notification if something's going wrong with that particular pour. So you might be able to stop something or take an action ahead of time, whereas you might have had to wait longer beforehand. So where have we been used? So I guess in the last year, Converge has been deployed on about 40 sites in the UK, and that includes sort of traditional RC frames, post-tension slabs, cores, foundations, everything in the building side, and also in the civil side we've done some tunnel work and some sort of road repairs as well, including a few case studies that I'll quickly talk to you about. So one of them is at Victoria Station, where we worked with BAM. We were monitoring the soffits in the tunnel lining, and using the system, the team there were actually able to save about 40% on each cycle time. So they were able to move from about 12 hours to about 7 hours per cycle. And considering the fact they were working sort of a 24-hour program, they were actually able to fit in a couple more cycles a week than they would have done beforehand. And sort of the graph on the right there just shows some of those savings. So 5 newtons is kind of the first strength they were looking for. We were able to achieve that greater than 4 hours than they would have done with cubes. Another case study, so Principal Place Tower, which is sort of nearing completion now by Liverpool Street. So we were used there to monitor the post-tension slabs, and actually before they used our system, they were having sort of great variability in their results, and their cycle times were not very consistent. Since using Converge, they've gone to a sort of consistent 7-day cycle, and actually we've been able to improve what they had planned. So we noticed that their concrete was hitting strength earlier than they'd assumed based on their sort of data, and they could actually take some action. So the first tension, they could actually do that on the same day that they poured, whereas before they were waiting till the next day. So using all of that, they could actually improve their overall floor cycle time by over 50 hours. And finally, Blackwall Reach, we were monitoring the lift cores there. And again, they were trying to do a 24-hour turnaround time there, but found it extremely difficult with cubes. Part of the reason for that was actually just getting the data from the labs. So they were really struggling to get that information in a timely manner. And actually, the way our system works, we were able to offer that to them instantaneously. So the way the system works, just quickly, is we have a sensor which gets sort of cast in the concrete. That bit is completely sacrificial. But what that does is it connects to a node which sits outside, and both of those combined record and transmit temperature data at 20-minute intervals from the slab or the concrete that's been cast. What we do then is we have a network on site, and that enables all that data to be transmitted up into the cloud. And we have an online platform that is completely accessible on any mobile device, and we are able to send out alerts by email or text to any of the users on site. So just to conclude, and sort of speaking to some of the bigger themes we're here to talk about today, in the last 20 years, the construction industry has actually seen the lowest productivity growth of any industry. in the UK in 2015, 60% of projects were delivered late, and 40% of projects were not able to turn a profit. And the worrying thing about this, and the reason we need to change, and the reason we're all here today, is actually that past failures and insights from previous projects are not really directly feeding into the way we plan and execute future projects. And so we at Converge are hoping to at least help solve that problem with your concrete programs. Thank you.